Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Aston Township Board of Commissioners for Wednesday, July 16, 2025. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I would like to call on Commissioner McGinn. He has a proclamation he'd like to read for the kids for baseball. Commissioner?
Thank you, Commissioner Higgins. This is always fun and a tradition we started. I think this is our 4th or 5th year. So we have with us our majors champions over at Aston Valley. And, there's a great tradition in terms of baseball in Aston Township. We've had kids go as high as number 2 overall in the draft. A lot of great teams that have won state titles, district titles, and we've recognized all of them. And what this is pretty cool is because, this is a community team. You have kids that may go on and play in, high school, college, and beyond. And for some kids, they might wrap up their baseball career at 12 or 13. But it's one of those memorable things being down at Weir Park, especially now under the lights and all that other stuff adds even more interesting atmosphere to it. And each year, it's been a pleasure, knowing the folks that are there. Always, not just the kids, but the coaches. There are people that have coached for a number of years. Sometimes this is, people's last team or after a number of years at Aston Valley. So just a really cool thing, and I hope it's a tradition that keeps going long past the time that I'm a commissioner. So we have a great and well-deserving team here. So I'm going to read a little bit about the team, and then we're gonna call them up, call up the lineup. So I don't know whether this is the true lineup, who bats first, second, third. So just bear with me when I call you guys up. All right. So this is a Township of Aston, Delaware County, Pennsylvania proclamation. Whereas the Board of Commissioners, Township of Aston, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, desires to honor the Aston Valley Major Padres team for the 2025 Spring Season Championship win, and whereas the 2025 Padres came into the season with a deep team, unfortunately they lost their experienced and very talented 12-year-old pitcher for most of the season after being hit by a pitch on opening day. And whereas even with this loss, the team played hard all season and continued to get better, and won their final 2 games of the regular season to finish in 5th place out of 7 teams. Whereas the Padres won a low-scoring affair against the Marlins for the first game of the playoffs, led by an amazing pitching complete game by their 10-year-old pitcher and great all-around team defense. Timely hitting also helped complement the great pitching and defensive performances. Whereas the Padres had an offensive explosion against the Astros for their next playoff game against the number 1 seeded team. Once again, pitching and team defense were solid from start to finish. The semifinal game against the Dodgers, who were also 2-0 in the playoffs, was won by the Padres with more good pitching and defense. The Padres were able to pull away later in the game with some key hits, especially from the middle and bottom of the batting lineup. And whereas the Padres would once again face the formidable Dodgers for the championship. The Dodgers were a very consistent team all year long with solid pitching and a very deep lineup. Both teams played amazing in the final games of the season, but the Padres were able to take a 1-run lead going to the top of the 6th inning. The Dodgers were able to get a runner to third base and with 2 outs attempted to steal home. But a great flip by the catcher and tag by the pitcher ended a thrilling game. What a finish. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Aston Township Board of Commissioners recognizes the Aston Valley Little League Padres Major Division Champions, duly proclaimed the 16th day of July 2025. Congratulations, guys. So now I'm going to call you guys up, and we'll do a picture, and we have some cool proclamations here. So the 2025 Padres team, and I know everybody has different commitments, vacation. Really appreciate you guys coming out in July. So if some people I know aren't here, but I'm just going to call their names too, so we get them on the official record of Aston Township as a Major League champion and part of the team.
Don't mess up the names.
I'll do my best. So leading off, Gavin Scott. Second, Ian Quinney. Gavin, just stand front. I have to say, I don't know if Ian remembers, but I was his first coach, Blue Rocks, Aston Middletown, way back in the day. He's not big star. Batting third, Jack Sullivan. Batting fourth, Kevin Grimes. Fifth, Luke Castan. Sixth, Mason King Jarrett. Seventh, Maxime Pavlukov. Eighth, Michael O'Hara. Ninth, Nico Natali. 10th, Richard Redhair. 11th, T. White. And last but not least, Will Peterson. Coaches, Mark Natali, Mark Constan, and Kevin Grimes. Let's hear for these guys.
One over the middle, guys. One over the middle. One over the middle.
Put one in the middle. Yeah, that's for you guys.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Hey, you guys don't worry, you don't have to have the torture staying for the whole
Oh, cool. Good job, boys. Is this the check for Cozy?
Thank you.
So these are the makers?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go to item 4, review and approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of June 18, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 18, 2025.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. All right. We'll go to number 5, committee reports. Commissioner Tinsley?
Thanks, Commissioner Higgins. I'll be reading the permits and license report for June 2025. We had a beginning balance of $455,983. The total income from building permits and GC licenses was $20,165. And the total revenue collected in the month of June was $30,767, which brings the total for 2025 to $486,750, comparable to June of the same of 2024, which was $378,571. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner?
Thank you, Commissioner Higgins. This is the police report for incidents occurred in June of 2025. Total incidents handled was 547. Accident investigations was 29. Criminal investigations 33. Clearance rate for Part 1 crimes was 52%. Clearance rate for Part 2 was 78%. And the LPR cameras. Pennell and Concord Road, 1.1 million. Pennell and Dutton Mill, 818,000 plus. Concord and Dutton Mill, 861,000 plus. Concord and Bridgewater, 587 plus. Concord and Aston Mill, 648,000 plus. And Pennell and Glendale, $516,000. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Berry. Commissioner Doherty?
Okay, I have before me the Treasurer's Report for June 2025. Operating cash in the general fund as of June 30th, 2025, $1,298,442. Other funds include the TD Bank escrow checking account with a balance of $647,299. The 2022 Pliget account with a balance of $4,650,667. The TD Bank capital checking account with a balance of $7,804,287. The TD Bank liquid fuels checking account with a balance of $454,726. Total cash balance for the township as of June 30th, 2025, $14,911,627. And I have one more thing to read. So the board members from the Aston Township Historical Society were supposed to be here tonight to read a report. They couldn't make it, so they asked me to read this in their place. The Aston Township Historical Society had a busy spring. In February, women scientists at Delaware County and the Delaware County Institute of Science. A PowerPoint program was given by Kathy Hornberger, Aston resident and botany professor at Westchester University for 34 years. In April, Paul Doherty and Carol Cannon presented the history of the Sisters of St. Francis in Aston, then and now. It was highly praised, and they have been invited back for the fall. The presentation was also made for the Aston seniors by Dave Kelso, did an Aston historical then and now presentation for the Aston Seniors Club. Where the Heck are Crozierville, Rockdale, Lenai, and Oh Yeah, Parkmount? A presentation produced by the Aston Township Historical Society and Middletown Historical Society was presented on May 8th by John McFarland and the Middletown Township Historical Society to an enthusiastic crowd in the Roosevelt School Auditorium in Middletown Township. The 144th Historic Rockdale Memorial Parade was held on May 26th, organized by the Rockdale Memorial Day Parade Board, headed by Dave Kelso. Featured speaker was Vietnam POW Ralph Galati. Also attending were DA Jack Stolzheimer and several township commissioners. The parade received a PA congressional proclamation from Senator Fetterman, which was read by his chief of staff. There was a record crowd and an even larger turnout for the bicycle parade this year. The Conservation Center for Art and Historic Artifacts came to assess the Aston Township Historical Society collection and will be supplying a full report on storage and care suggestions. Grants will be available for items such as shelving and protective care specific items in the collection. Work on the Village Green Schoolhouse and the creation of historic site signs in Aston continues. The Board of Aston Township Historical Society. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Doherty. Commissioner Bowden, you're going to read the road report too, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The month of June, this is the road foreman's activity report for June of 2025. The month of June is filled with many events and memories for the people of Aston. First, Public Works would like to congratulate the Sun Valley class of 2025. Good luck to all. Next, both baseball leagues crown their in-house league winners at various age levels. Congratulations to the kids, the coaches, and everyone. With the closing of the school year, summer vacation season kicked into full gear. The following report highlights the main activity of the Public Works Department. The road crew replaced and repaired a section of the guardrails on Mount Road between Woodcrest and Red Hill. The crew started the repair of stormwater sewer inlets, including 53, Scott Lane. They will continue to work in inlets throughout the summer. Through site evaluation, we have determined 108 inlets need some work. Minor work consists of little brick work and mortar work. I don't understand what that is, but I read it, but I don't understand it. I'm sorry. The brick and mortar work. The severe inlets require digging, framing, and the pour of concrete. PV, meaning Public Works. PV cleaned Crozierville Industrial Park. With the use of the skid steer, escaping the curb line, the team hauled away 8 low bins full of dirt and debris. The crew patched potholes on Mount Pleasant Drive using 2.5 tons of asphalt. Also on Mount Pleasant, we replaced a storm-damaged sewer manhole. The storm of June 19th caused tree and branch damage. The Public Works crew cleaned storm debris from Sickles Lane, Mount Road, Red Hill Road, and some parks and retention ponds around the town. From June 23rd to June 25th, excessive heat warnings were issued. During this time of warning, Public Works used a forced trash truck in an attempt to keep our sanitation crews safe. The grass crew cleaned and cut the yard of an abandoned house in the Old Ridge. 5 lowboys of trash and debris were removed from the property. Public Works spruced up Weir Park ahead of Aston Valley, hosting its state tournament. The work included the trimming of bushes, raised low-hanging debris of trees, and painting the parking lot lines. Good luck to Aston Valley on all our teams. Our sanitation department picked 68 tons of recycling and 531 tons of residential waste. The following roads are state-owned and maintained: Pennell, Concord, Knowlton, Bridgewater, Dutton Mill, Aston Mills, Vernon Highway, Bodley, and Lenai. If you have any maintenance or safety issues of any of these roads, please contact PennDOT at 610-566-0972. The next Metal and Appliance Week is August 4th to the 8th. Bulk Trash Week no longer exists. Anything that can burn can be put out for trash at your curb anytime. Please have your trash at the curb by 6 a.m. on your designated trash day. Any questions or complaints, please contact Bill Cerosi, Road Foreman, at 610-494-8005. I also have a report. That concludes the Public Works report. But I have a couple of things that I wanted to report. The library report has been submitted to me, and he would like us to introduce, to let you all know that there's going to be a summer reading program which continues all summer while school is out. Young readers can pick up a reading log to fill out and turn in each week for prizes all summer long. Our free children's performances will also continue every Wednesday at 1 p.m. in the gym. The next performances will be 7:23, Ed Schmidt, a magician, 7:30, David Darwin, a one-man show, and then there's 4 different ones in August. If your child has an assigned books to read before the end of the summer, now is the time to put in your request for the books to be sure that it arrives in time. And the next couple things that I have are for fun. Park and Rec has been busy, really busy. So we have a concert, 3 more of them coming up. 4th of July concert went really, really well. Hope you all enjoyed it. And our next concert is going to be Thursday, July 24th. The band is a band called Double Shot. It's a classic rock and roll band playing all the great classics of the 60s and the 70s. There will be a few food trucks there. There will be an ice cream truck there. Come on out, bring a blanket, bring a chair, come out and enjoy it. Then the next one is August 14th, and that's the class of 84. It's an 80s tribute band. And that band consists of 6 members that play all the songs of the 80s, including pop, rock, dance, and R&B. And the last one will be Thursday, August the 28th. The band is Cherry Lane, a high-energy rock and roll band that features 5 great vocalists, a killer horn section. It's the hits from Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Steely Dan, Motown, and more. And I think that's the one thing I wanted to bring up to everybody was, John, I guess you kind of forgot a little bit maybe. Police Night Out's coming out on August the 5th, which I hope you'll all come out and participate. It's going to be August the 5th at Newman University, and it starts at 6 o'clock. Please come out and support our police department. And the last thing I have is entertainment, movie night. So come on up, rain or shine, it's inside. We're going to use air conditioning. We're not sitting outside. It's going to be August the 24th. It's going to be 6 o'clock inside the gymnasium. We'll have popcorn and drinks for the kids up there. So come on out and enjoy yourself. We have a lot going on with Parks and Rec, and hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for all that, Commissioner Bowden. Appreciate that. Commissioner McGinn?
Yeah, thanks, Commissioner Higgins. 2 updates tonight. First, on the Fire and EMS Committee. Just a couple of statistics. Looking at the fire report from Aston Township Fire Department. They've had 83 calls last month. for year-to-date 475 calls, with an average manpower per incident of 10 individuals. EMS calls at 207 year-to-date, over 1,500 calls on the EMS side. Then specifically looking at our ALS support, which we brought on EMSS to support with that after the closure of Crozier. Looking at May, because we didn't have the fire report last month for some folks that remember that. So just updates in total responses. They had 150 responses in May and an additional 144 in June, just on the ALS side. So that's the fire report and some of the highlights and updates there. In terms of the new building committee, a few updates. Obviously, weather has not been ideal. Folks still working through that. As anybody can see, progress continues on the building as you go up and down Concord Road. Working on things like gutters, sprinklers, drywall, roofing, and that progress continues. So that's it for the update today.
Thank you, Commissioner. All right, we've already...
Commissioner Higgins, one thing I should add.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, to go back on the fire side.
No problem.
So one of the things that we as a board have pushed for, going back to the ALS support, was looking for the county and state to step up and help in terms of some funding and support. We did get that pledge to help cover the upcoming month of August, that they will be covering that cost through raising money from some nonprofits that will help support that. So working with township staff, I got that call commitment directly from Monica Taylor, the chair of county council. So working with county council, Foundation of Delaware County, and others to make sure that happens, which again is certainly appreciate that. I think we're doing what we need for our township. We want everybody else to step up and do what they need, find ways to work with them, but appreciate the county doing this, and I want to make sure that they follow through on that pledge and help us out for August. So that's it. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good job. Great job by the fire committee on this whole project. Okay. Number 6, we already did a review and approval of the treasurer's report.
No, we didn't actually. We did the meeting minutes above, so even in the treasurer's report. I read the treasurer's report.
Okay, you want to do the approval?
Sure. I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Okay, number 7, approval of the bills and payroll report.
I make a motion to approve the bills and payroll report.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And number 8, open to the public, agenda items only for this one, 1/2 hour. Anybody have any comments they'd like to make on the agenda items?
Kathy Papp, 2931 Concord Road, Aston, PA. Just really quick, I know that it's just for A and for C, it's just a consideration for motion authorizing, but I'm wondering if you could just elaborate a little bit on what that ordinance amending of the Aston Township hunting ordinance would be? Just a brief? I know it's just an advertisement. but-
We have a provision in our parks regulations that prohibits hunting, but when we acquired the Red Hill Preserve, there was an area that was historically bow hunted, and we think it's probably best management practices to continue that. So we need to make an amendment to our ordinance to permit that.
Thank you. And then really quick on C, if you could elaborate a little bit too on what that new signal and intersection improvements to Dutton Mill would be?
Yeah, so Kathy, we had, it's right out here.
Yeah.
We had put a grant in before to signalize this intersection. It meets state warrants, which is good. You know, we already had run through the process with PennDOT, and it will sort of activate for the fire trucks on demand when they leave the station. But other than that, it'll just be a regular signal allowing access from Pancoast onto Dutton Mill, which is a very tough turn.
Near and dear to my heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to come up and speak? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to new business. Item A, consider a motion to authorize the township solicitor to advertise an ordinance amending the Aston Township hunting ordinance. Commissioner Berry.
Thank you, Commissioner Higgins. I make a motion to approve the township solicitor to advertise an ordinance that will amend the current Aston Township hunting ordinance. That's in the form of a motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Item B, consider a motion to approve the tax assessment appeal for 2430 Dutton Mill Road, Aston, PA. Commissioner Doherty.
All right, this is a solicitor's memo. I'm going to read in the form of a motion. So this is from Mike Madron, to the Aston Township Board of Commissioners, dated July 15, 2025. This is regarding a tax appeal for 2430 West Dutton Mill Road. The July agenda contains a request to authorize me to enter a stipulation to resolve a tax appeal for the above referenced property. The appeal was initiated by the taxpayer based on a $1,500,000 assessment for 2025. After denial by the Board of Assessment Appeals, the taxpayer appealed to the Court of Common Pleas. This stipulation would resolve the appeal by establishing a market value for the property of $1,750,000. Factoring in the Delaware County common level ratio, which currently sets assessed value 61.5% of market value, the assessed value for 2025 would be $1,076,250. So for year 2025, an assessment of $1,076,250, it's a change of $423,750. Aston millage of 3.8075. This is the effect of reducing their millage by $1,613.
Reducing their asset tax burden.
Their asset tax burden, correct. This stipulation has already been executed by the other taxing authorities, and I recommend approval Wednesday evening, and this is in the form of a motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Nays? Ayes have it. And we move on to item C under new business. Consider a resolution authorizing the submission of a grant to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, the DCED, for a new signal and intersection improvements at Dutton Mill Road and Pancoast Avenue. Commissioner Tinsley.
Thank you, Commissioner Higgins. This is Aston Township Resolution Number 2025-119. Be it resolved that the Township of Aston of Delaware County hereby requests a Greenways, Trails, and Recreation Program grant of $476,761 from the Commonwealth Finance Authority to be used for Dutton Mill Road and Pancoast Avenue intersection improvements. Be it further resolved that the applicant does hereby designate Michael J. Higgins, President of the Board of Commissioners, and William J. DeFeo, Township Manager, as the officials to execute all documents and agreements between the Township of Aston and the Commonwealth Financing Authority to facilitate and assist in obtaining the requested grant in the form of a motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Nays? Ayes have it. Okay, we'll move on to escrow releases. Commissioner?
Thanks, Commissioner Higgins. We have 7 tonight. I can't remember if that's a record or is that what we had last?
No, that's way under.
Way under? All right, so bear with me. So the first one is Resolution 2025-120. Make a motion to approve a requested reduction in the letter of credit for the completion of the Chase Bank project, 4513 Pennell Road, in the amount of $113,000 to $113,247.
Second.
Sorry.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
All right. Second, Resolution 2025-121. I make a motion to approve the release of escrow funds to Jamie Higgins Landscaping, 20 Crozierville Road, folio number 0058-10, subaccount number 7766536006, in the amount of $1,100.50.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Nays? Ayes have it.
Proposed Resolution 2025-122. Make a motion to approve the release of escrow funds to Lumina Fusion Solar Services, 113 Shoebrook Lane, folio number 2310-00, subaccount number 7766954133, in the amount of $966.60.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
Proposed Resolution 2025-123. Make a motion to approve the release of escrow funds to Sunwise Energy LLC, 2698 Bancroft Drive, folio number 2036-11, subaccount number 7766535941, in the amount of $452.25.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nay, ayes have it.
Proposed Resolution 2025-124. Make a motion for the release of escrow funds to Evan Haberman, 2520 Lenai Road, folio number 1375-00, subaccount number 776662565, in the amount of $285.75.
All, we have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it.
I make a motion for the amount of $4,584.50 to be paid to Pannoni and Associates for engineering fees for the month of July 2025.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Nays, ayes have it.
I make a motion for engineering fees to be paid to Cirilli and Associates for the month of 2025 in the amount of $1,700.21.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Nays, ayes have it.
And that's it, Commissioner Hagan.
Thank you, Commissioner. We're now open to the public for comments on any topic.
Mary Ann Bowen, 3235 Darwin Circle in Aston. I'm here to announce Community Day. The Aston Business Association will host their annual Community Day on Saturday, October 4th, 2025, from 10:30 to 2:30, with a rain date of Saturday, October 11th, 2025. Community Day will begin with a parade from Newman University, 1 Newman Drive, starting at 9 a.m. The parade will proceed along Concord Road to the Aston Community Center. The parade will feature local community groups and organizations, as well as musical entertainment and the Sun Valley High School Band, which Nancy will provide for us. Inside the Community Center, the annual Business Expo will be held for all Aston businesses and organizations interested in displaying their products and services, and this is a good way of free advertisement. Other Community Day festivities will be held outside, where there will be rides, games, crafts, children pumpkin painting, rock painting, duck pond, and a lot more. You can also enjoy a hot dog, a hamburger, and a drink. Taste samples at our food courts. A little confused here. Okay, our bike and rodeo contest. Always a fun contest to be in. Kids ages 0 to 12 can participate in the parade by decorating their bikes, wagons, strollers, and wheelchairs, anything with wheels, and riding in the parade route, all to see. Prizes will be awarded for the best decoration. There will be a rodeo contest prior to the bike parade, sponsored by the Newman University Nursing Program. Check the registration form for contest rules, which can be found on the Township website. Registration forms will be needed to be filled out so your kids can join in the fun. For more information, contact Kathy Gutman at KATHACAHOUSE@gmail.com. Wristbands can be purchased in advance for a donation of $4 each at the Community Center starting September 6th and sold until Friday, October 3rd. Wristbands purchased the day of the event will be $5. Proof of residency is needed at the time of purchase. Information about Community Day can be found on the Aston Township website. We do have a website, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. It can be found on the Community Center Bulletin Board, ABA website. No. Mm-mm. Newman University Web, the Pendelco TV and Web, and Aston Police Web. We still have the Aston Police Web, right? It also can be found on You Know You're From Aston and Aston PA 19014 Facebook. You can also post this on your own personal Facebook page. And anyone interested in participating in Community Day or helping volunteering, the Community Day Parade, we can always contact myself, Mary Ann Bullen, 610-494-2337, or you can email me at mimibull, M-I-M-I Bull, B-U-L-L, at Comcast.net. If you're interested in being in the parade, call Nancy Bowden, 610-494-5490, nbowden at Comcast.net. For the expo, you can contact Judy Stenitis at judith.stenitis, STNAITIS @gmail.com. We hope everyone will come out and have a wonderful time. No rain. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to come up, sir?
Hey, Joe Leo, Piston at 4310 Springhouse Lane. I kind of want to just get something on record. Kevin and I talk a lot, but there's been a house on my street that you can no longer see the front door, the windows, the side door, and there's a car hasn't moved in probably 2 years, full of trash, right? I mean, about 2 years.
We'll have a dialogue, and then I know Mike's been involved, and we did have to get the police. So this started almost like as soon as I got on. Me and you, we met and so on. Luckily, we look at it half full. The car that was on the street that was used as a dumpster is no longer on the street, at least.
Yeah, it's in the driveway.
Right. So at least we're able to take care of that. So now we're taking, from a code perspective, using it as, I know they've been written up, but times. The township's already been there to cut it. I wrote 2 letters as far as for how to support or on their, try to, on their side door, because we couldn't do it on the front door because of, like Leo, like you were saying, that you can't get to the front door. So then if that's okay, I'll even just pass it to Mike, because what we can do, to be honest, it's struggling, right? It's like, because I would love to try. I even camped out one time, hiding on my nightly neighborhood watch, hiding behind one of the posts and looking for them. So I would even like to say, hey, like, can I help you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
There's no access, there's no egress into the house. I mean, it's completely, the yard's cut, but usually the clippings are usually in the street. So, I mean, you said
the township's we've already been out. We've had to go through the process to whether we've had to, quite frankly, kind of like hold your breath for 30 days. So then after that we would go out there and cut it, from a legal perspective. So I think what you're even asking is, great, we fixed it. We put a Band-Aid, but it's still bleeding.
Oh, it's still, yeah. I mean, it's
So
a
like,
picture
how do
today on
we-
my walk. I mean, it's still, you can't see anything.
Without code going out there,
There's got to be like rodents and everything living in there, like in the neighborhood. Like it's not safe.
I will say that since the day I met him, almost Kevin's written me about this property a little bit, and I thought when you first said I want to go on record, I talked to Kevin Tinsley. I thought you were going to stop there because I do too a lot. But unfortunately, we have a constitution. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but unfortunately, in this instance, we have a constitution and property rights and due process and those sorts of things. So, what we've been doing with our code department, when we get reports that these properties are becoming more and more persistent, it's just, we're limited a little bit to becoming more aggressive with our enforcement, right? And there are levels of aggression that we can raise to, and we'll certainly get going on that. I know, like, it doesn't feel like a big deal to get the car off the street and into the driveway when the car's full of trash either way, right? that's sort of the limits of our police town, from the police perspective.
No, I mean, the car's
Yeah,
not
that's
what
true.
bothers me the most. It's just like the whole driveway's covered in grass, the whole side of the house. I mean, I don't even know what color the siding is.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's,
yeah, no,
it's
you know,
kind
the
of a
other-
nuisance when you have people at your house and they're like driving to your house, and you're driving there to see that. You're like,
Yeah, I get it.
I actually do live in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're limited by process a little bit, and then, you know, it's also like every time we go out and cut, it's an expense of the township, which we lean for, but we won't see until someone transfers that property. It's not like somebody's gonna write us a check. We can't even get to the door to collect.
So what is the next process? Like, I mean.
Well, I would have to touch base with our code officer to answer that. So, I don't know, I'm sure Kevin has your information. If you can leave it with Bill, you know, we'll
Yeah,
get
Kevin.
together with code and we'll follow up with you, by the end of the week.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. That there was that, and then there's like campers on the front lawns. I didn't-
On that property or
on the
elsewhere?
next street over, the
Okay.
corner house,
What's the name of the street?
Lee Lane.
Lee.
Yeah, I, mean,
Okay.
I didn't think we were allowed to have vehicles.
There has been a citation on that. Now, our code department takes one on there. But-
Yeah. So we'll check on the status of that citation too and see what's going on with that.
Because it's literally like right on the corner. Like I'm not trying to be like a pest here, but it's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, you want me to park my car in the front lawn? Like,
Yeah, no, I
just so you
know.
can see how long it takes for someone to bust my balls. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to, you know. So.
And then the third one we talked about too, and they've already been taken to court, was, and that's the third one we might talk about, was obviously not allowed to have cars on. We talked to the one that lived on one of the other sides.
Oh, Bridgewater Road.
But
Yeah,
one of
they
the
cut the
sides
lawn
was
around the
used
truck. They did, so they even.
That was my aunt's property. I think they're rolling over the break right now.
Yeah, I mean, the truck's in that side of the yard.
There's multiple
They're
trucks
cutting around it.
today.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all I mean, what do we have to do with the code department then?
So they've been working on it. I have two emails, one from July 1st and July 2nd, just forwarded one to you right now.
Okay,
So
thank you.
Our code department has issued citations, fines, we've had people look at the junk car, we had that moved in. We're doing everything we can that's legally, like I said, it's a process. Unfortunately, it doesn't just happen overnight. So we are working on resolving that issue.
But we'll get you an update.
Just like ordinances?
Well, it's not the ordinance that's the problem, it's just
No,
the timing that it takes. to
it's the law that's the problem,
Well,
really, you know.
Red tape.
Bill, has it went to court? Has it went to court yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year it took, I know it took 30 days. And I remember.
To cut.
The cut.
Yeah.
But you put the note on, and I remember the police came for that car, so I got a phone call while the one who took care of it was away. And he called me because he was gonna pick it up after July 4th weekend of last year. And he moved it before, he had a sticker, so I think you might have saw it, Leo, the sticker was on it last summer. And he moved it before.
He moved it in.
He moved it inside before he got sick. Because he had until X amount of days before to move it off the street.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin's on top of it, he really is, but I don't know if I, like, told what we can do to kind of push this along. Just drive by my street, you'll see it.
Well, I think between Kevin and Mike Madden, the solicitor, and code, they'll work within the law to do the best they can to get this thing moving. So, and like Mike said, you know, if we have to cut the grass, we'll lean the property, you know, and that won't be the first time it's done all through the town where there's
Sure,
problems,
sure.
you know.
You know,
So we will work on it to get this thing
as
resolved.
soon as we get this guy involved, like, we just walk through the
Thanks for your concern.
42, 13.
Anybody else have something they'd like to discuss? Kathy, Pat?
Not a complaint or anything challenging for a change, right? So, Pat 2931 Concord Road, Aston. I just want to say thank you to Aston Police, Fire, Public Works, especially for the 4th of July. Did an amazing job. So kudos to everybody, as well as all the commissioners and township staff for continuing to assist and keep the costs down, going for those grants and everything else the services offer to all the townships. So kudos and thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything they'd like to say? No? Okay, seeing that, we'll move on to other. Commissioner Tinsley?
Thanks. Brief meeting, so I'll keep it brief. I even wrote that, actually. Thanks, Mrs. Pat. I'm glad this mic's on. I want to thank Mrs. Pat, Mr. Hart, and thank Leo for coming. And I know multiple times tonight it was discussed as far as for ending the baseball regular season, but also there's another spring sport as well in the spring season, lacrosse. So that was just finishing their regular season as well. I know, I have to give love to lacrosse as well, so it's close to my heart. So, but besides that, everyone enjoy the rest of summer. I know I won't ruin Mr. DeFeo's thunder for next month as far as for the meeting. So I'll see you guys next month.
Commissioner Berry?
I don't know if I can follow that, but congratulations to the Padres 2025 and have a great summer. Thank you.
Mr. Doherty?
Just a few things. First, I want to congratulate the Padres as well. Then I want to thank our public works staff for their excellent job in cleaning up after our recent storms, working overtime and cleaning up fallen trees and so on and so forth. Thank you. Great job. Hope to see everyone at our concerts. The most recent, next one will be next Thursday, the 24th. Hope to see you there. And just wish everyone a happy summer. That's it.
Mr. Bowden?
I have a couple of things. First of all, last night the Aston Township Fire Department and our Police Relief Association hosted a helmet giving event here. It was advertised on social media. I chose to stop by to support it. And I have to tell you that they did an awesome job. There were a few people here, but our police department and our fire department gave out helmets to children. There was food provided. I was very disappointed that, first of all, the public did not support it the way that I thought that they would. There were many, many small children here, not children of 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. Children of 4, 5, and 6 years old. And those children still listen to mommy and daddy. And when they're told to put the helmet on, they put the helmet on. But the children that are 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, they don't listen. They're invincible. So with that being said, I just want to congratulate the fire department and the Police Relief Association. They did an incredible job. It was really, the helmets were absolutely beautiful that they were giving out for free. There was food here. It was really, really nice. And I'm sorry that the public chose not to attend it. I know it was 90 degrees out, but they did a beautiful show with a film explaining bike safety. A lady put it on. It was great, and I just want to congratulate them. And then on another note, the 4th of July was incredible. Our police department went above and beyond. The traffic in the town was amazing. It was handled beautifully. The fireworks were gorgeous. The concert was incredible, and all those that attended had a wonderful time. So let's keep up the good work in Aston. Have a great summer. See you at this concert.
Commissioner McGinn?
Thanks, Commissioner Higgins. Echoing a bunch of comments, being at the end of the line here, but congratulations, Padres and everybody, Mark Vitale and everybody for winning the championship. In terms of the fireworks on 4th of July, is a great event. It was kind of a great week for Aston. We had the Aston Valley also hosting the 10-year-olds. So we had folks from all different parts of the state in for the state tournament. Great event over at Buggy Field. Got to participate in. What I heard, everything went great at Weir as well. A lot of people volunteered to make all that happen. But one of the things too, going back to the fireworks and the 4th of July is, we take a step and look at it. We as a township have two events and 2 venues going on for the 4th of July, which is pretty cool. We have the amphitheater, you have the concert, you have the food trucks, over at the community center, and then right here across the street, you've got the fireworks. And, if I think about it, going across Delaware County, we might be the only one to do that. So, hey, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but, I think Aston, we're not just leading the alphabet in terms of municipalities in Delaware County. I think we're leading in other things too, including 4th of July celebrations. So, my colleague to my right, Nancy Bowden, Chair in Parks and Rec, and all the volunteers that kind of put in time for that. I think it's really incredible and impressive that gets done. And the last thing I'll plug, also for the police department, I haven't talked to the chief or anybody about it, but I noticed it on social media. I think it's pretty cool. They bring back the trading cards. So just a plug for that. I think there's 3 out there so far. Last I saw on Facebook, they have different places you can go pick it up. And then there's even some kind of cool prizes for kids that collect them. And I checked Les. I think technically you're eligible to win the PlayStation or something like that, but I think they wanted this to be 18 and under. But
Great, thanks.
so. But anyway, all kidding aside, very cool thing, and hopefully everybody's having an enjoyable summer. Thank you.
Nancy, good job on the 4th of July too.
Community did a good job.
Yeah. Okay, Bill?
We're good.
Kelly? Professionals, Michael? Joe?
The other thing I want to add is that week after next, we should be starting the road program, so you'll start to see crews out on the streets, milling and resurfacing the roads. So that should all be done by the time the August meeting comes around, and you'll see a lot of accidents.
Okay, thank you, Joe. I want to ditto everything everybody else was saying. Just want to add a couple things. Don't forget August 5th, please light out. And I want to thank Aston Police Department Sergeant Michael Jones for providing security tonight. So thank you, Michael. That's all I have. Be cool this summer, rest of the summer. Do I got motion to what?
The next meeting.
Yeah, the next meeting on what was the date?
August 13th, Wednesday.
13th?
Yes.
That's early. The August meeting will not be here. It'll be at the our headquarters, our administration building over there at 2 New Road, starting at 7 o'clock.
3 p.m.
Oh, it's going to be, all right, thank you. So this is so ingrained in me. It'll be 3 p.m. at 2 New Road, and it'll be a short meeting. It'll be a very short meeting, right?
We don't have to.
Okay, need a motion to adjourn? Okay, thank you, everybody.